So this is lesson 8, algebra 2. 3 different parts to this: polynomials, then graphing linear equations, and then intercept-slope method. Whenever we have a group of expression, or we have a group of terms, we have an algebraic expression, we have what is called a polynomial. Poly means many. So anytime we have more than one term, we have what is called a polynomial, just because it means many. Monomial, monorail means one. A binomial, bi means two. Trinomial means three. I don't know what a nomial is, but anyway, those are the prefixes there, and it just tells how many terms are in a specific expression. So let me give you an expression. Negative 5x squared plus 6x plus 2. That's an expression. So what do we have here? We have a group of numbers, a negative and an exponent and a variable here all together, then a plus sign, and then a number with a letter, and then a plus sign, and then just a number. Each one of these, separated by a plus or separated by a minus sign, if that were the case, are called terms. Okay, so we have 3 terms here. So when you have 3 terms, you have a trinomial, or you could also call it a polynomial if you wanted to. I don't care which you call it. If we had 2 terms, like x plus 2, we have 1, 2. It's called a binomial. If I had x to the 4th plus 2x, again, I have 2 groups of symbols separated by a plus sign, so that's a binomial. All right, so if we're talking about what's called a degree of a polynomial, we look at the highest degree of the term. So what we do is we have 2 terms here, and the degree has to do with the exponent on the term. So this term has an exponent of 4. This one has an exponent of 1, because there's a 1 up there that you don't see. So this one has the highest degree, so therefore the degree of the entire thing is that highest one. So this particular one, the degree of that polynomial is 4. So one of the things that we're going to be looking at now are called first degree polynomials. First degree polynomial means there is no exponent. This is a second degree polynomial because there's a 2 there. We're only working with first degree polynomials where there's a 1 up there. So that's what we're going to do. And what we're going to be doing in this section, and you've done this before, lots and lots in Algebra 1, is we are going to draw pictures of equations. So, and we're only going to be doing pictures of first degree polynomials because every polynomial that does not have an exponent is going to give us a straight line. So there is a list of rules in the middle of page 51, 5 rules there in order to draw the line or draw the picture of the equation. So we're going to look at this first one here, which is example 8.1, 2x plus 3y equals 6. First rule, solve the equation for y. So we're trying to what's called isolate the y. We're trying to get it on one side of the equal sign all by itself. So that means we're going to get rid of the 2x, and so that goes away, and we end up with 3y equals 6 minus 2x. Now we still have to get rid of this 3. So to get rid of the 3, we divide. That goes away. Now we split up our fraction. Remember what we did before? We're going to write that as 6 over 3 minus 2x over 3. we're going to change that 6 over 3 to a 2. And we always put our x value first. So we're going to have to take this whole thing, including the sign, and put it first. And since the sign in front of this 2 does not exist, it's assumed to be a positive. So there is step 1, solving for y. The next step is to make a table and select convenient examples of x. I suggest finding 3 x values we can put in there. Okay, one of the things that I want to make you aware of, and maybe you already know this, so let's get rid of some of my stuff here. Whoa, this is all erasing. That's awesome. Alright, so there's my original equation. I wonder if I can move. I can move that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to put some values of x in here, and then so what we'll do is we'll put a number in here for x, multiply it by 2, divide by 3, add 2, and it'll spit out a y. The number that I want to put in here for x needs to be a number that 3 goes into. It'll just take away these fractions then. So let's see, what numbers does 3 go into? Well, 3 goes into 3. So let's go and do that. Let's say y equals negative 2/3 times 3 plus 2. Y equals negative 6 over 3 plus 2. Y equals negative 2 plus 2 equals 0. So when x is 3, y is 0. See, isn't that nice? No fraction that you have to deal with. So let's find another one. Obviously I'm going to pick 0, because we end up getting y equals negative 2/3 times 0 plus 2. That makes this whole thing go away. So when x is 0, y is 2. Let's see, what else could I use? Let's use negative 3. I like using a positive and 0 and negatives. So y equals negative 2/3 times, what did I say, negative 3. So y equals negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6 over 3 plus 2. So y equals 2 plus 2 equals 4. So when x is negative 3, y is 4. Alright, so got everything I needed there in order to graph this. You need 3 points in order to graph. So what do I have here? I've got 0.30. So there's 0.30. Then I have 0.02. And then I have negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about right here. Then I connect the dots, and I have a straight line. So that pink line that I have there is the graph, or the picture of the equation 2x plus 3y equals 6.